Why does no one explain?
What's your age?
42.
Are you single?
Today, I'm really struggling with being single. I've just been crying.
Having a little moment, I'm feeling a little sad. I don't know if it's because like my
Welcome to The Wall. In today's video, we'll look at the suffering of women over 30 who are single and childless. They make it clear that single women aren't the happiest on earth. They were deceived by feminism. Smash that like button. Help us reach 170,000 subscribers by turning on the notification bell. Share your experience and wisdom in the comments. We'll pin the best one for the whole community. And without further introduction, let's get started.
Why does no one explain or tell us how hard it is to be dating in this modern age in your 30s? I don't want to be going out dating. I don't want to do it. I don't want to put myself through it. I just find that people are so easy to leave and people can't commit anymore. People don't want to commit anymore. It's too easy to find other things. And then just stupid things like you're going on Instagram or TikTok or anything like that. You're scrolling through and you're seeing all these memes of things that you want to have in your future, and it just makes you feel so envious. Like, I wish I could have that. And why can't I have that? Oh, dating in your 30s sucks. It really sucks. And I think it's just kind of like, it's trying to come to terms with the fact that everything that you thought you'd have by this age isn't always where it's meant to be. Sometimes you just need to wrap your head around it. Oh, but it does, yeah, it gets a bit much sometimes. Just a low day. I'll be fine again later.
Oh, boo-hoo! Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin.
I recently watched a very interesting video. A woman was explaining why, in the United States, there are more and more single women over 30. And according to her, this didn't start in the 2000s like many people think. It began much earlier, when the Bible and traditional values were removed from schools. Back then, kids were taught that starting a family was a good thing, and that helped build a strong and stable middle class. But according to her theory, there were two key moments: the removal of the Bible from schools and the massive entrance of women into the workforce. Then came the studies. When women have more money, they tend to spend more and go into more debt. Brands know this, which is why advertising is heavily targeted at them, encouraging them to stay single because they consume more that way. The theory might sound controversial, but if you look at what's going on today, it lines up with what we're seeing.
What's your age?
42.
Are you single?
Yes, I am.
Do you think that men your age are going for older or younger women?
Younger.
Why?
Social media.
What about it?
OnlyFans, these young wild girls that are on there and just revealing themselves. I think it's just a different generation now. You have a lot of accessibility to a lot of different type of women, and unfortunately, that's a man's weakness, and they fall short.
And where do older women fall short?
I don't think women are as weak as men. I hate to say that.
In what sense?
In the sense of women are a man's downfall. I mean, it's been proven over and over. Yes, there's women out there that cheat, but it's more known for men to do that.
Well, it all goes back to women at the end of the day, right?
Yeah. Listen, if you love someone, you're loyal. Man or woman.
Why do you think you're single at 42?
The man I was with for 9 years cheated on me a week before our wedding.
I agree with something that woman said. The downfall of man is woman, and the proof is in what we see today. Young men are living in an era of female overexposure. Social media, apps, OnlyFans. There's no platform where everything isn't sexualized. The problem is that kind of saturation destroys your mind. More and more men are becoming addicted to porn, spending money on the blue app, and becoming less and less capable of talking to a woman in real life. All their game is reduced to a screen. That's why I keep saying, men need to bring out the best version of themselves again. We used to grow up with action heroes, symbols of strength, leadership, and discipline. Today, what we're being sold are weak and ridiculed men. And when all you see is the humiliation of men, what motivation is left to improve?
Today I'm really struggling with being single. I've just been crying. I'm not about to come on here and cry again though, because I keep on crying on TikTok and it's really embarrassing, but I'm just really struggling being single today. Like, I just don't want to be single. I just want to be in a relationship, and it's actually really fucked up. Like, when I actually deep it, that I feel like I need to be in a relationship in order to be happy. Like, that is actually how I feel at the moment. Like, I don't feel like I'm myself unless I'm in a relationship. Can anybody else relate to that? I'm just like, I just want a relationship. Like, I'm like, I don't care who it is, I just want a relationship. And that is so fucked up. Like, I feel like you should get into a relationship with somebody because, like, you love them and you're like, yeah, I want to be in a relationship, not because you just want to be in a relationship. So let me know if you struggle with this. I don't know what happened to me in my childhood or what has happened to me in my life in order to make me like this, but today I'm just struggling. It's like 2 days after Valentine's Day and I just feel weird. I'm like over it. I'm like, okay, move on to the next now. But I'm really trying to not do that. Like, I'm not on dating apps or anything, but I want to be on dating apps. I'm not trying to come on here and be negative. I'm just trying to keep it real. But yeah, love you guys and thank you so much for all your support. And I'll see you later.
Brothers, I'll say it one more time. The wall doesn't forgive. Woman, if you're tired of crying about being single, start with the basics. Lower your standards. Learn to appreciate the average man. The one who works, who wants a stable life, who can walk beside you as a true partner. Say yes to a coffee date. Stop dreaming that you're at 10, waiting for a man in the top 20%. Reality is different. If you're looking for stability, look for a man you can grow and build with together. Otherwise, you'll keep feeling frustrated, watching the years go by, and feeling the wall getting closer and closer. Because at the end of the day, the wall doesn't forgive.
Having a little moment, I'm feeling a little sad. I don't know if it's because like my birthday's in 10 days or what, but I think I just think like about me when I was little, and I'm like, I did not think that I was gonna be alone at this age, and like I am fine, but some days I'm just like hyper aware that not that no one cares about me, but I'm like no one's number one priority, and sometimes I just want to feel cared for. Hence, I don't know, I guess me making myself moves tonight, because I'm like, it does feel nice when I take care of myself, but sometimes I just want to break. Like, sometimes I just want someone to hold me, or I don't know. Sometimes I worry, like, the more, like, stuff about myself that I, like, unpack, like, the more that I'm just, like, too much for, like, anyone to ever, like, handle or, like, want to get involved with. And I know that's, like a shitty part of me speaking right now. And in a few hours, like, I probably won't feel that way, or I'll forget about it, but I have the moments. And I know I'm not, like, the only one that feels this way. And the thing is, I'm never gonna get in a relationship just for the sake of getting in a relationship, because the, like, aspect that I'm, like, craving is, like, the, like, intimacy and safety, and I, like, don't feel safe or intimate, like, with most people. I don't even like being touched by most people. So, yeah, except for you, Baloo. So it makes it tricky, because it's not even, like, an easy solution, or that, like, what I want is, like, easily accessible. But then I have to sit with, like, maybe it's not there. I just want a little break. I just want someone to hold the weight for just a second, and then I'll take it back. And then I'll be fine. But if I post this, I am fine. I'm just having a moment like we all do, and I'm not too cool to admit it.
Stop it. Get some help.
Most of these women would be happy with a man who simply shows them affection. But feminists sold them the idea that they should chase the rich guy, or the infamous 666 of the apocalypse. A man who's 6 feet tall, makes 6 figures, and has a six-pack. The 666 from hell as the key to happiness. Back then, priorities were different. Women looked for a partner with values, someone to build a life with. Today, material things matter more than emotional connection. And here's the ironic part. Many of them feel lonely, but they won't make the first move. If they did, at least 1 in 3 men would say yes to a date. But instead, they keep waiting for the fantasy Chad, and in the meantime, time keeps passing. Now watch the woman in the next video and hear the reasons why she's looking for a husband.
I just wanted to say that I would like to get married now because I'd like to split the bills with someone. Like, the bills are coming up and they're due and I'm paying them all by myself. And I just feel like once I get married, then I'll have somebody else who will pay 50% of the bills. And so that's my main reason. That's my main reason. So if you too want to get married because you're tired of paying all the bills by yourself, then let me know, because I'm getting sick of it. When rent is due, I just want to pay half of it. When the light bill is due, I just want to pay half of it. Okay? That's it. And so I feel like I can't keep doing this whole paying bills by myself thing much longer.
Oh, hell no!
Brother, listen to her carefully. What she's looking for isn't love, it's an ATM. And don't get me wrong, I don't blame her. Times are tough, bills keep piling up, and a lot of women are now looking for a man to ease their financial burden. They want someone to cover 50%, or if possible, much more. But here's the important detail. There's a big difference between sharing expenses and sharing a life. Because if you want a man to be a provider, that also means acts of service, taking care of the relationship, bringing peace and stability. And that's where most fall short. They want the man to take on the traditional role, but they're not willing to take on theirs. That's the real question. Are you looking for a partner or a sponsor?
Women.
I'm going to be turning 39 a week from tomorrow, and I am still single. And that makes me sad. Even my own cats are running from me. If you had told 25-year-old Rihanna that on her 39th birthday, she would still be unmarried with no children, I would have laughed in your face or been so angry in disbelief, because that is not what I envisioned for my life. In my early 20s, I was never that girl that wanted to get married right away and have a young family. I wanted to be able to experience life. But probably around 25, 26 is when I was like, I do want to be married. And it has just never happened for me for whatever reason. And I have spent years wondering, what is wrong with me? Is there something about me? Am I just not supposed to ever be with someone? And the reality is I don't know if I will ever find my person. And I hope that I do. And I want to have children. But at what point do you let that dream go? And I know that there's still time. 39, you can still have children. There's still time to accomplish all of those things. But it does make me sad to be going into another year of my life without anyone. Sometimes I think being a single woman, it feels like you can't win, because no matter what you say, people are always going to be challenging whatever you're feeling. If I say that I'm sad about not being married, people will say you just need to be living your best life. And there's a lot of married people who are unhappy and would do anything to be in your position. If I say that I'm happy and content with my life, there's the other group of people that say your life is meaningless and you will never know fulfillment. And this is what feminism does. And it's really hard for two things to be true at the same time, where I do have things in my life that I enjoy, while I also would love to be in partnership with somebody. So I guess I'm just sharing this because I know I'm not the only single, almost 39-year-old person to have ever existed. I'm not the first, and I won't be the last. There's a lot of people that are in my position, but sometimes it can be really hard to exist in this space where you can be really grateful and content in a lot of areas, but also have a longing for something that you don't yet have. And it takes a lot of character to walk through that.
Here she is, 39 years old and hitting the wall. I'm not saying it's impossible to start a family at that age, but it's definitely much harder. At 20, She wanted to live life, travel, parties, freedom, the classic feminist narrative of enjoy your sexuality to the fullest. But by 30, reality hit. She was sold a lie. She realized that women with husbands and children aren't oppressed. Many of them are actually happy. That sharing responsibilities with a man isn't the nightmare she was led to believe. But of course, the culture, the media, and advertising have been pushing women for years to hate men and choose loneliness as a lifestyle. The result? At 39, she finds out that cats and an empty house don't fill the void. That idea of single women are happier, not even they believe it anymore. Because time goes on, and like I always say, the wall doesn't forgive.
I know you guys know the feeling, but you know, when you're 30 years old and you're single and you're like trying to put yourself out there and your friends are all married and they're like, oh, let's go to the D-backs game, and you're like sick, and then you think like it's going to be a night out, and then they're like 7th inning in and they're like, yeah, let's go get some ice cream after this, and I'm like, oh fuck. We have really different vibes of like what the night is going to look like. So then you're like scouring for friends that are potentially out in the same area that you are so that you're at least trying to meet new people, because God knows that when you're with your married friends, you don't really meet a lot of new people. And I love them. Like, I don't blame them. Like, I want to go home and eat fucking ice cream too. But I texted a friend and I was like, you're out, right? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, can I meet you? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, all right, I'll be waiting. Like, I'm a pathetic fucking loser, but here I am, putting my best foot forward, trying to just like do things as a single woman and not like go home and like cry myself to sleep. So we all know the feeling, right? Basically, I'll let you know how the night goes and if it was worth it. I don't know if it's going to be worth it, but we're trying. We're trying.
When a woman crosses 30, reality hits hard. The pool of potential partners gets smaller, and so does the group of friends. Not because they stop caring about each other, but because those friends now have husbands, kids, commitments, and the dynamic changes. That creates pressure. You see everyone starting families, talking about kids, homes, responsibilities, while you're still living the single life. And of course, you start feeling out of place. You don't quite fit in with the couple's world, but you're also out of sync with the party scene. What many of these women should do is simple. Ask their friends to set them up with one of their husband's single friends. Because if they keep waiting for the one to magically appear, the future won't be a family or a relationship. It'll be cats and silence in an empty house.
Women.
We've reached the end of the video, but before we go, the questions are for you. What would you say to a 30-year-old woman who's hit the wall? What do you think is the real reason behind so many women being single today? If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. Your support means the world to us and motivates us to create more content. Stay tuned for the next exciting video from the wall.